Today, a flame gets reignited. For almost 100 years, the Cadets have made the trip from West Point to Central New York, and 2024 is no different. After a season off, the rivalry is renewed between Syracuse and Army in a top 10 clash. At the face-off X to start, it's Mason Cone for the Orange, Will Coletti for the Black Knights. We got a whistle on the first face-off. Coletti and Cone, two of the top 10 face-off men in the country so far. Cone at 69%, Coletti at 71% right now. They get ready to go, and we're underway inside the dome. Face-off X is going to be a key point at today's game with these two Titans. It'll be a great battle, and as Joe Alberisi put it, the best test for Coletti. Here comes Army, right away on the doorstep, stopped by Mark. Right away, the goalie put under pressure. The fifth year's right there.
What a way to start this game for Will Mark. He's going to have a massive day today if the Orange want a chance to win this, and you couldn't have asked for a better start from him.
Will Mark, one of the best in the game. The active leader in career saves with 757. Well, the Orange set up their offense. Right now it sits at top 10 in the country, 7th overall with 17 goals per game. And Adam, this is a tough Black Knights defense.
Oh, absolutely, and it all starts with A.J. Pilot, the #1 defender. He's got a chance to lock down Joey Spallina today.
Coming across the middle, that's English. He slots in the back of the net. Orange on the board first.
A lot of people have been waiting for the Princeton transfers to truly break out, and what a start for Sam English. He's got so much speed, gets by the long pole, gets past the slide as well, and that's a perfect shot, bottom left corner as you're sweeping across to the right. I mean, Syracuse has started this game perfectly to get a save on one end and then score on the other.
Adam, in these 5 games for Syracuse so far this season, we've noticed maybe not the best dodging overall, but Sam English can certainly provide that.
Yeah, absolutely. The dodging has been an issue so far. Even against Utah, you've seen some struggles, but for English to start like that, it really can take this offense to the next level if they can dodge effectively.
Cone heads down to the ground, no push call. Kicked out of bounds. It's headed Syracuse's way. Cone was 14 of 18 last time out against Utah. The Tufts transfer, a captain in his first season at Syracuse.
The wings are going to play such a massive part in this game because when you have two of the best face-off men in the country, they're going to tie up a lot. So it's who else can get the ball.
Second midline makes its way out there for the first time today. Luke Roa, Jackson Birtwistle, and the freshman Wyatt Hoddle. No Jake Stevens once again today. Matchup to watch, Spallina behind the cage and A.J. Pilot, who takes that one right away.
And something to notice as well in that possession, Christian Muley had a shorty on him, so it looks like Army is going to be double pulling the midfield.
Here come the Black Knights on offense. There's Moore with the sideliner snipe. All tied at 1. One of the hardest shots in the country out of the left hand of Jacob Morin.
Just a cannon. He just ripped that one 10, 15 yards out. If you're Syracuse, you cannot give someone like Jacob Morin that much room. Just a miscommunication. Everyone runs into the hole as you're supposed to, but then you lose Jacob Morin up top. Matt Wright wasn't there, and what a way to bounce back here for Army.
That stick side on Mark, but just a hard shot to see out of that kind of arm slot.
Yeah, absolutely, because you have Wright going into Mark a little bit screened because of how Wright went towards the ball. And sometimes it doesn't exactly matter where you place it. If you have that much firepower behind it, you can get the ball into the back of the net.
John Mullen, the freshman, out there for his face-off of the day. A quick win for him. Straight to the cage, fires over the top. Spallina closest to it on the far side, and the Orange retain.
I think we're going to see a lot of John Mullen today. One of the things that makes Will Coletti so effective is his ability to counter. As the game goes on, he realizes what his opponent is doing, and so when you can put John Mullen into the game as well, who's been pretty much just as good as Cone, it really helps the Syracuse team a lot.
Leo getting matched up with a short stick as well on that first midline. Turns the corner and gives behind. Up front to Hiltz. Spallina's got his defender hung. Pilot behind the goalie, Matt Chess. Spallina, the nation's leader in assists. Looking to tally on one more, and a whistle on the field.
Something you see Syracuse try and do a lot, find the feeders in front. That's not going to be easy against this Army team that's so disciplined.
That one was off the ball and a turnover for the Orange. That Army first midfield line trots back out there. Evan Plunkett, Jacob Morin. Also Bailey O'Connor with the ball right there.
Just like we saw Army do, Syracuse is a shorty on an attackman. Gunnar Fellows has Sam English guarding him behind the net.
That's Nate Levine covering Plunkett, who fires and scores. Army takes an early lead, 2-1.
Usually when you're a short stick D midi, it's all about just getting your body right next to the offensive player. Levine just simply gave Plunkett way too much room. One of the things that makes him so special is the ability to just in the snap of a finger get his hands free and take a shot. If you're Levine, you got to get on his hands, because if you give him any room, he's just going to shoot in an instant.
5th goal of the season for the sophomore Plunkett. Patriot League Rookie of the Year last season with 37 points. McCone's back out there on the face-off for the Orange against Coletti. And a great fight for it on the wings. Christian Mazer comes away with it. Army winning the face-off battle so far. Something that the Orange struggled a lot with in the last season. Bring in Mason Cone, it's certainly changed the game, but Will Coletti's done a great job for Army. This season, 71%, second in the nation. And
not having Jake Stevens is going to hurt the Orange on the faceoffs, because one of the things that makes him so good is his ability to get those ground balls.
There's Gunnar Fellows. Gets by the short stick, Rice fires, and it's knocked away by Mark. Here come the Orange. Vinny Trujillo, the short stick out there. Gives way to the second midline, which has switched up a tad. Tyler McCarthy comes out there, subbing out for Wyatt Hoddle.
This is the first time this season that we've seen McCarthy play with the ones in an important moment like this. Earlier in the year, we were seeing Tucker Kellogg get time in this spot, but today it's McCarthy.
Freshman midfielder out of Long Island. Played club lacrosse with the Spallina brothers. Led Long Island with over 100 points last year. Here's Spallina. His pass picked off. Ned Lynch, the captain's got that one.
And Spallina knew it right away. Puts his hands over his head. Just tried to force it down low. You don't need to do that.
Early turnovers for the Cuse. Army taking advantage. Plunkett fighting over half field. Finally gets there. And Morin slows it down. Jacob Morin, the senior out of Auburn, New York. Joe Alberici spotted him at a young age. Alberici, the head coach, also from Auburn. Went to school with both of Morin's parents. Morin, the lefty, covered by Kakemo, the long pole. Pass inside to Burek. The shot's knocked away. Army patiently works it around. Fellows has the short stick, like you said, Adam. They're going to do that on the attack line. O'Connor's lefty shot out of bounds. 4 on the shot clock. No pass onto the crease, and that'll do it. He didn't see it. A shot clock violation, that's the first turnover for Army.
Yeah, if you're the Army bench, you got to be yelling, hey, just throw it away, set up the ride, because you only have 4 seconds left. You're never going to get a shot off in that situation unless it's a pass in front, and that was never in the book there.
Army doesn't turn the ball over too often. Only 15 a game, that's top 20 in the country. There's Finn Thompson with the ball, finding Michael Leo, the orange, with some numbers. The extra pass, the low shot deflected by Chess. Leo gets the rebound. Adam, how do you expect Syracuse to attack this Army defense today, a group that really doesn't make mistakes or take many risks?
You got to attack the shorties. That's what worked against Maryland. Michael Leo and Luke Roa both went off in that game. See if they do it again.
English finding space and finding the back of the net. All tied up at 2.
It might just be this guy, Sam English, who has struggled a little bit this season, but with 2 goals already today, he doesn't even have to have a shorty on him. Gets by the pull to even the game at 2. Is on that list, so for them to get back at it this year is just so massive.
Syracuse and Army have met 69 times before. This is the 70th meeting as first face-off violation on Will Coletti. Syracuse takes possession. Last 2 times they played, Army has gotten the win here inside the Dome.
In the prior 25 times, Syracuse won 22 of those. So it's kind of a weird back and forth. Army dominates, then Syracuse does, and now it's been Army.
I hear that's a lucky number around here, 22, huh? That's English, has both goals so far, tying a season high with 2 points. Princeton transfer, played against Syracuse last year and got injured, didn't come back the rest of the way. His shot deflected, and the rebound's put right back in. Finn Thompson, how do you do?
Just the awareness from Finn Thompson. The second that the shot goes on goal, he realizes, hey, let's go in. Maybe I have a chance for a rebound. Sees it bounce right up, and then perfect. You can't ask for anything more there from Finn Thompson. A lot of the times you'll see a player just sit back after a shot, but no, Finn Thompson goes after it. If it's not for that hustle, Syracuse would not have scored there.
Looked like one of those deflections you'd see in a box game, Adam, right there.
There's that Canadian influence on this Syracuse team. Finn Thompson's so good. All he needs is about 1 second with the ball in his stick, because he can quick stick it with the best of them.
Sophomore out of Toronto, Ontario. Had 3 goals last time out against Utah. Another face-off win for Army. A great ground ball picked up by Ryan Nixon. Now, as expected, Adam, we see Bill Dwan matched up with Jackson Eicher. Interesting matchup to keep an eye on today. Those two with similar size. On the far side, that's Riley Figueres on Reese Burek, last year's leading scorer with 61 points. A fight inside and a flag down on the field. And the ball rolled in and they'll call it. They'll say he scored. The goal is good and the game is tied at 3.
Well, it looked like initially that ball just kind of rolled right past Will Mark. It got off kind of weird. As the flag could be on that late hit by Kakemo. And the shot just snuck right past Mark.
Right in that right pocket.
Orange 28, 2-8 from the Orange, 1 minute. Unnecessary, live ball foul. They're gonna face it off. The goal is good.
That's just unnecessary from Nick Kakemo. There's no need to go for this big hit, especially after the shot leaves the stick. Against this Army team especially, you can't make mistakes like that because the Black Knights are one of the most disciplined teams in the country. They very rarely ever will go a man down. So if you're Syracuse, you got to keep this game 6-on-6 for as long as possible.
The Orange man down on the faceoff. That brings John Mullen to the faceoff X. Tries to kick it to himself, but Will Coletti takes over. The Orange go man down. This Army man-up unit has been spectacular this season. Joe Alberici's going to want to talk it over before they take the whole possession. All tied up at 3, and Alberici's offense has been good, and on the man-up 60%. They're a team that moves the ball well, and they dodge really well, which can certainly help you in a man-up. Army this season is undefeated at 3-0. Big win over Rutgers earlier this year. A program that's just super consistent year in and year out.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredible start to this season after a great finish to last year, beating Maryland in the first round of the NCAA tournament and being about a second away from making it to the Final Four. This is an Army team that continues to improve every single year. But Coach Alberici said this is a different team. We can't look at last season, can't look at the end of the last year and say, oh, look, we have all this momentum. Got to completely change things going into 2024. And that's what he's done so far.
Two totally different seasons. Even though the Black Knights bring back their top 11 scorers, Joe Alberici said you never step into the same river twice. Last year was great. They beat the 4-seed Maryland 16-15 in the first round, then just barely lost to the 5-seed Penn State by 1 goal, like you mentioned, Adam. It certainly helps this year that through 3 years they've had a stud at the faceoff X in Will Coletti.
Yeah, he's just an absolute monster. Was 5'6" coming out of high school, coming out of Ligonor, but has completely transformed his body. He's one of the hardest workers that you'll ever see. Program records in both faceoffs won and ground balls. He's a truly special talent.
Alberici said Coletti is a relentless worker. He's got the ability to go places that others just won't, and that he's a freakishly elite athlete. Today he's helped Army take a couple of possessions, 2 for 4 on the faceoffs. Here's the Black Knight man-up unit. The pass across the way is out of bounds, and a crucial turnover by Army.
Yeah, that's just something you can't afford. Something you'll notice with the Syracuse man-down unit, all 5 players on the field have not seen action once so far today.
Now, what do you think of that? I know it's kind of a controversial decision to bring 5 sets of cold legs out there and bring out a whole new group, but they've done okay this season.
Yeah, they've done a decent job, and they've done better as the year has gone on. I think you can make it work. It gives some of those close D who are starting a break, because man down is such a tiring thing. You're rotating nonstop, running back and forth, and also those 5 players can truly just focus on playing that man down defense. So it can work, but it is definitely a little bit risky.
Talented and deep group on defense, especially that man down, and the Orange go back to even strength 6-on-6. The pass to Birtwistle, the sidewinder shot rolls out of bounds. A crafty scorer, Jackson Birtwistle, with 30 goals in his career. Hoddle behind the cage, a shot knocked away by Chess.
It's a huge save by Chess. He's really the big question mark with this Army team. First year as a starter, wasn't named the starter until just a couple days before the start of the season. So for him to get a save there early on, especially pretty much a one-on-one with Hoddle, who completely beat his man, is big.
Played behind Knox Dent last season, who was one of the best goalies in the nation, Patriot League goalkeeper of the year.
Also an all-time name.
Knox Dent, they call him Fort Knox all year long. That one's great for a goalie. Well, here's Fellows matched up with the short stick. Gives off to Plunkett. Pass onto the crease, and it's a score. Reese Burek takes the lead for Army.
That was a sensational pass by Evan Plunkett. I don't know how he got this ball off. He's got a stick right on his hands, doesn't even free his hands at all, just a quick pass down low, and then Reese Burek, he's just left wide open, no rotation there on the Syracuse defense. You see Figueres come up and slide, and Billy Dwan just didn't get across the crease in time.
Burek out of Fairport, New York. In his senior season last year, he was All-Patriot first team. Will Coletti, Mason Cone back at it. Army 3 for 5 on the day at the X. Like you mentioned, Adam, Coletti's such a good defensive player on these faceoffs with the counter. Didn't win that clamp, but kicks it away for an Army ground ball. First midfield line out there for Army. They've attacked the Syracuse offense with some great ball movement today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's not usually what you see from this Army team. Just 38% of goals assisted, but so far today, really spinning the ball around well.
There's Zeicher, back from his ACL injury. Moore with a dangle and the score! Are you kidding me?
Just a straight-up miscommunication on Syracuse defensively. Billy Dwan, I think he thought his man was around the crease, but in reality, Morin's all the way up towards the top of the field as Dwan goes at him. That's just as simple of a little toe drag as it can get. Beautiful. And again, that's kind of back-to-back plays there where Syracuse defensively has just been out of position, and because of it, Army's making them pay.
Morin, a prolific goal scorer, led this team with 36 last year. Both him and Coach Joe Alberici, both from Auburn. Alberici said his brother coached him when he was in middle school. His brother said, hey, you got to check this kid out. He knows what he's doing. So Alberici saw him as a freshman at high school in Auburn and decided that he might be a great choice to become an Army Black Knight. And Bourne was always knowing that he wanted to be one. As a flag flies onto the field, the Army was offsides.
And so now it's going to be a 6-on-7. You see the Black Knights double at every opportunity.
There's Spolina, still scoreless today. And English, who's got 2 goals. 7-on-6 for the Orange with 7 Black Knight defenders out there. Hiltz picks this one behind the cage. Tall task, scoring with an extra man out there. The Orange have a free possession to try to do so. Quick pass to Burwhistle, and he slots it. Down a man, doesn't matter. The Orange make it a 1-goal game.
That's all because of the great feed by Christian Muley. We haven't really seen this much from him this season, going all the way up the field. He does have the shorty on him today, but he sees the double team because of the 6-on-7, and then a perfect pass to Burwhistle. Does a great job of shielding his defender with his back. The quick turnaround and the shot just releases it so well. The low to high to get Chess all the way down. I mean, Chess almost was on his knees when Burwhistle released that shot. And how about how Burwhistle has played these last couple of games? Got hurt at the beginning of the year, started off slow, but he has really looked like a different player in the Utah game, and now today a good start.
You're not going to find many better pure scorers than Jackson Burwhistle. 45 career goals now, 0 career assists. He does his job. He just puts the ball in the back of the net.
It's not like he's selfish, too. No. He's not trying to do that. He wants to get assists. He's just such a good goal scorer. When he has the ball in his stick, a lot of the time it'll go in.
He has said this year he's trying to get that first assist, but hey, I mean, if you can just score every time, why not? Here's Bailey O'Connor. Goes behind to Eicher. Leads the team in goals, coming into today with 8. And Army was in the crease. Another turnover for the Black Knights.
There's a couple uncharacteristic plays here from Army. Multiple turnovers. You usually don't see this, so the Orange have to make them pay.
Thompson gets past half field. Syracuse can set up its offense. Last possession, a 6-on-7, ending in a Burwhistle goal. First midline back out there. Michael Leo straight down the lane and right into Matt Chess's chest.
If you're Leo in a spot like that, you have to get a shot fake off. Just went straight on the first opportunity. Too easy for Chess. And that's what you want to see from Leo. But again, that shot fake is crucial.
Chess has been good in his first starting season, 55% on saves. Ryan Sposito carrying far from cage. He's got an assist in each of his first 2 games. Scoreless last time out. Had a goal rather. 1-goal game, 40 seconds to go. They can hold it for 1. Shot clock off on the possession. Alex Gekas rips one out of bounds.
I like this aggressiveness, though, from Army. When you wait for the last shot, a lot of the times you don't get a great look. In the first quarter, just get a goal whenever possible.
Ten seconds to go. Gekas again matched up with Levine. Spins free, and Will Marks right there for the save. The Orange end the quarter with some momentum. A one-goal game and a nice Will Marks stop to cap it off for the Cuse. 5-4 Army on top of Syracuse at the start of the second quarter. Two teams that have been going at it for over 100 years. Army has the advantage in the all-time series, 42-27. They've also won the last two. The Orange looking for a little bit of revenge after the Black Knights stormed into the Dome and got the win in 2022.
And most of those Army wins came between 1921 and 1971. But these past couple matchups, Black Knights have looked really strong and looking great so far in the first quarter, or through the first quarter.
Cohen and Coletti on for the face-off. The Black Knights senior 6 of 10 in that first quarter. They get 7 for 11 on the game now. Army's all-time leader in face-off wins and ground balls, only halfway through his junior season.
It's just incredible what he's done. That was a great win there. As this game goes on, he's just going to get stronger and stronger.
Army 5 goals on 11 shots on the offensive end today, working with some efficiency. Burek and Moore in each have 2, and Plunkett's got one as well. There's Fellows, gets the switch onto the pole. Now Burek covered by Rice. Plunkett, now he's got Rice, spins. Long possession for Army. Testing the Orange defense. O'Connor, step down, over the top. 17 on the shot clock.
Just the definition of a bulldog. Ran right into him. So much size on Wyatt Hall, who's out there on the defensive end.
There's Plunkett turning the corner, ripping, and it's saved by Mark. Will Mark with 4 saves already today. Had 14 last time out. Ball down on the ground. Leo's got it for the Cuse. A big heads-up play, and he wants more. All the way to the cage. The bouncer's good, and we got a tie ball game.
I mean, how about that from Michael Leo? First off, that's an incredible ground ball. And then he notices that the defenders are all close towards the attack and then puts it in his right hand. Michael Leo's a lefty. Usually you see most of his work done with that left hand, but the perfect bouncer with the righty. A lot of the times you'll see that on the offhand. You want to bounce it in, not go with just a straight power shot, and that's just incredible from Michael Leo. Attackman who transformed to the midi position. He's not used to goals like that, but gets it done there.
Leo already with 11 goals this season. He had 18 last year, and he's well on his way to surpassing that. Cohen fights for this face-off and pulls it away. A check from behind. Gets double-teamed. Knocks it away. What a heads-up play right there.
Yeah, the initial face-off win is only so important because after that, you got to keep possession. As another flag down here on Army.
The Orange have yet another free possession. The last time they did was a 6-on-7. They came away with a goal. Leo matched up with the short stick. The lefty looking for space. His pass heads out of bounds, and the Orange will reset with a man up.
But you can see there how much Leo usually favors that left hand. He kind of had an opportunity to go right and get a shot off, but kept it in the left.
Black 10. 10 black. Technically held him. 30, okay? Reset, please. Technical hold, 30.
So 30 seconds on the technical for Will Coletti. I'll say on that check right there, he hooked it right around the arm. picked off by Pilot. He holds on to it. And a big defensive stop for Army.
It's the second time already today that Spallina's made a play that he just doesn't need to force, especially in a spot like that on the man up. Work it around. There's no need to try and make a cross-field pass when you got 30 seconds to work.
Here's Burek with the ball ready, has 2 goals today. Burek, the senior, 0 goals last time out for Army. That was a win over Mercer, 15-7. The Black Knights 3-0 this year. They beat Rutgers, which was a solid victory, but looking for a top 10 win. The shot down the lane by Plunkett. That one's wide. Shot by Fellows, rather. And it sticks with Army. Syracuse thought they had it.
Yeah, I thought they did too. Kakamo and Mark were both there. Give it to the Black Knights.
O'Connor out of the midfield. Frees up space. The pass, the shot, and the score. Jackson Eicher back on the board, gives Army the lead.
Army does such a great job on offense in their off-ball movement. You see here, what Eicher does is he kind of follows the dodge. He realizes space is going to open up. You have to slide from Billy Dwan, and that's another time already in this game. You follow the slide. That's where the open room is going to be. It sounds weird to say sometimes that you follow a defensive player to get room, but that's what you got to do sometimes, and that's what Eicher did there perfectly.
Eicher missed all of last season with a torn ACL and meniscus. Happened in a preseason scrimmage against St. Joe's. Joe Alberici said that Eicher was the best player on his team last season. You know, the most effective on offense out of the attack group. He was the star of the scrimmages, but missed the entire season. Now he's back with a vengeance. Johnny Mullen wins the face-off for the Cuse. The freshman winning at over 70% this year. The second midline for Syracuse of Hoddle, Burt Whistle, and Luke Roa awaiting on the sideline. Mullen's still out there with Coletti. Hoddle with a lot of speed. Adam, you mentioned that he might be able to take advantage of that today.
They're just trying to work against the shorties as much as possible. These pulls on Army are so good. Here's the matchup you want, Roa on the shorty.
Roa, the speedy Dodger. The pass out of the crease. Oh, the quick stick's no good. The rebound, the shot, and another score for Burt Whistle. Always there when you need him most to pick up the garbage. Tied up at 6.
And another great job there from Syracuse to not give up on a play after the initial shot doesn't go in. You see here the great feed at first from Burt Whistle. Joey Spallina realizes this is coming right to me, and then Burt Whistle stays in that same spot and gets it in the second time. And Burt Whistle already with 2 goals today. He can be a game changer in this Syracuse offense.
Spallina gets his first assist of the day on the Jackson Burt Whistle goal. He's always finding those passes in such short spaces now, Adam.
It's one of the things that makes him so special. A lot of that came from playing box this summer in the OJLL. It improved his game so much, those tight feeds. It's hard to say that he could get that much better after being ACC Freshman of the Year. But when he's getting shut down like this off the dodge, still having that ability to feed makes him so good because it adds that extra element to his game.
That was a violation on Army. The second on Will Coletti this half. Keep in mind, if he gets his third, that's a 30-second penalty on Army. All tied up at 6 in the second quarter. Thompson, the spin around shot. That one's wide. Finn Thompson, a high volume shooter. Led this team at 42% shooting last year. This year a little bit lower. At 18% right now coming into today, but definitely a good shooter that kind of just needs to keep it flowing. Here he is again. Thompson tried to flick that one in. Hilt's closest to it for the Orange.
Just a couple really good looks, though, from Thompson. He's trying to find the corners. A lot early in the season, he was shooting it right at the goalie stick. So just working on finding the net, but also not right into the middle.
Leo faked the behind the back. Whipped it with the left hand. It was over the top, and he fooled his defender right off the bat, Joey Stillings. Almost had him with that behind the back fake.
And here's the matchup again you want. You have Christian Muley with a short stick on him.
There's Muley. No ward call. Pass over the middle. Can English scoop it up? Yes, he can. English already with 2 goals. Looking for a third. Knocked down to the ground. No flag on the field. The dangle. Here's Thompson. The rip. Knocked away by Chess. Another great save. Getting physical behind the net. It's Army's ball.
If you're Syracuse, you're going to wish you had that possession back. Multiple good looks, multiple opportunities to take the lead. Black Knights just hold on. I don't know how they didn't give up a goal there.
17 shots for the Cuse right now and 6 goals. Army with 15 shots. Anything you've seen in particular, Adam, about the way Syracuse has approached Army on offense?
Attacking the shorties at every opportunity possible. Christian Muley a lot more involved than we've seen recently.
Here's Burek. Ryan Salu's righty shot is out of bounds.
Syracuse is sliding really aggressively right now. Seeing a lot of switches, a lot of chances for Army to take advantage of it.
Salu covered by Jake Spolina, the short stick. The freshman, younger brother of Joey Spolina. Burek, lefty rip, deflected away. Ball rolls out of bounds. Who was closest to it? Staying with Army. Dome crowd can't believe it. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock.
I think they got that one right earlier in the game when we saw the same thing. I thought it was Syracuse ball. That time I thought for sure Army was closest.
Chorus of boos rained down from the Dome. We give Burek a chance to restart. The short stick Levine. Nate Levine, a guy that's cracked the rotation in the last few games with the lack of short stick depth. Here's Salu. His shot missing wide. Didn't hit the goalie or the cage, so no shot clock reset. Army will have to dump it. A good defensive stand for the Orange that time. Didn't really free up any gaps. The Orange on the clear. Can't get it successfully. One of the weak spots for the Orange this season. Hiltz riding hard. The collision at midfield. Ball still down. Levine backing off of it. Went for the box out instead of the ground ball.
Got to communicate there. Someone's got to call man. Someone has to call ball. Didn't do it though.
Nick Kakemo came away with it, the junior long pole. Here's Tyler McCarthy back out on the field, the freshman midi.
Army's ride is so conservative. The attackman right up at midfield. You got to just run right through him sometimes. Can't try and force a pass over. It's not working for Syracuse when they do that.
Roll behind the cage. Syracuse goes with the invert. Curling around. Chess is right there. Second midline, McCarthy, Roa, Burt whistle right now. McCarthy and Wyatt Hoddle rotating in and out. Here's Muley, still drawing that short stick. The Lehigh transfer. Finally frees up space. The backhand shot, he nails it.
Unbelievable. How in the world did Christian Muley find that to go in? It's the Showtime Lakers lacrosse version this year for this Syracuse team. Just incredible. Muley dodges down Chile. The backhand, perfect placement right below the bar, and the Orange are on top. Playing game.
Cone and Coletti, they'll say Cone went early, his first violation, and it's Army ball. So far, that matchup has been almost dead even. It was 7-7 heading into that one, so now an 8-7 advantage for the Black Knights. Adam, you notice Wyatt Hoddle right there playing short stick D midi right off the bat. Not stuck out there, but they're choosing to put him out there.
It surprises you because of his frame, just about 5'6", a little bit taller than that maybe. But they're using him in the exact same way that they'd use Jake Stevens, the two-way who transferred over from Princeton, who's out today with an upper body injury. And he's really proven that he can belong, even though he's a little bit smaller. Truly just fearless.
You have to assume they just love his speed, quickness, and ability to stay in front of everybody. He's matched up with Gunnar Fellows, the attackman, whose shot is way off the mark. First opportunity he gets this possession, he goes all out.
Yeah, and he's not just on anyone, he's on an attackman. Makes it even more impressive what Hoddle has done so far in this game defensively.
Fellows had 23 points last year. He's got 5 goals this season. He's matched up with a 5'6" freshman. Carter Rice knocks this ball down, and the Orange come away with it. Right on cue, there's Wyatt Hoddle, the freshman out of Calvert Hall. Great high school player in Maryland. He was a top 100 recruit in the class of 23. The Orange supplementing the best freshman class last year with another solid one, and a great group of transfers as well on this 2024 team. Two teams that are just completely constructed differently, Adam. The Syracuse squad, we see Sam English and Mason Cone out of the portal and all top 100 guys, whereas Army, it's just very straight up recruiting.
There's no NIL, there is no transfer portal for teams like Army, for the service academies, but even then have not taken a step back. If anything, taken a step up since the introduction of NIL in the portal.
Lefty shot, Chess is right there. And you're right, Adam. I mean, 4 straight seasons Army has been top 2 in the Patriot League. And Alvarezzi's a big reason why at the helm. Even Murphy thought about the shot. Instead dumps it behind on Burek, who is matched up with Finn Thompson right now. Curls for space, and Will Marks stuffs it.
How about that from Finn Thompson? Gave up a little bit of room, but that was good defense there. Kind of forced his man to go into the crease. And it's stuff like that can really be game-changing in games like this, in situations like this. If you have someone like Finn Thompson back on defense, who's traditionally an attackman, if you cannot give up a goal in that spot, you put yourself in a great position moving forward.
I know we already talked about it, but you can't doubt the Canadians on defense. They're playing tough D and box play. English hits the deck, goes right back to his left. His shot rings off the pipe. Owen Hiltz right there for it with the Orange, team's second leading scorer on the season. Whistle blows with 3:33 on the clock. Gary Gate wants a timeout for the Orange. Now, this is an offensive unit that's done very solid today. 7 goals on 21 shots. Adam, what have you seen so far out of the O?
Seen a great job of attacking the short sticks. You've seen Sam English really just kind of take a step up in dodging. One of the things that I think I like about his game, but also it can make you a little bit worried sometimes, is he's one of those classic Canadians who really just keeps the ball in his right hand. That's the one thing that you'd see the biggest difference. He's really going to keep it in that dominant hand. Does a good job there with his speed to create separation. That was a good-looking shot. Almost had a hat trick.
English, the grad student out of Burlington, Ontario, transferred from Princeton and actually played at Culver Academy with Jake Stevens and Owen Hiltz as well. They were 2-time national champions in 2017 and 2018. He's really making his impact felt, because when you lose Cole Kirsch dodging out of the midfield last year and eventually moving into attack late in the season, you need someone to fill that gap, and Sam English has been that guy.
And he has the pure speed to do it. He has the elusiveness. And the other thing that makes it so impressive is he is a two-way. He's also going to be playing on the wing. He really is a do-it-all type of player.
English has done all of it today. He's got 2 goals on 5 shots, been really aggressive. It's worked out for him.
See here with his first goal as the help from the screen from Finn Thompson. He does a great job of understanding when to shoot. He's not going to shoot it too early. He's not going to wait too long. You see here, he understands, all right, let me wait as long as possible. There's no slide in front of me, and then he gets an even better look.
It's a season high in shots for English with 5, and he's a guy that finds that space in the middle, and it really looks like he protects his stick well to get there, because a lot of guys wouldn't even try to take those routes that he does in front of the crease.
It's one of the things that makes this offense so special too, is the amount of guys that can come at you, because a lot of times this season, Sam English hasn't really done much. We've barely heard Joey Spallina's name. I don't think we've said Owen Hiltz's name once so far in this game, but it's also having your guys like Sam English that bring the Syracuse offense forward, and it's what kind of changes this team from the past couple of years.
Spallina scoreless on the day, but does have 1 assist. He's been matched up with the Patriot League Defender of the Year in A.J. Pilot. And Adam, we've talked about this before, that when Spallina's matched up with a guy like that, he has to change his game a little bit.
And that 1 assist was on a broken play, a shot that went right to him, passed it in front.
When we saw him on Ajax Sapatella earlier in the year, as Mulet's shot is off the pipe, Army recovers, but Hiltz still fighting for it. Ball didn't go out of bounds yet. And there's Bill Dwan to scoop it up. When Spallina had Zappatello on him earlier this season, and he had a few points, not one of his biggest games, but when he has 2 or 3 points, people act like, you know, the world is ending, but still can be a big contributor.
Even when he isn't racking up points, it's still, there's so much attention on him. And that's one of the things that makes him so good, too, is because everyone's looking at him, everyone's worrying about him, that other guys can start to eat.
English with the short stick matchup. Give him the hat trick, Sammy English. A 2-goal lead for the Cuse.
He's just too fast. Nothing you can do about it. This is an Army short stick D unit that is really good, one of the best in the country. The one weakness, though, at times is speed. Coming into this game, I really thought that English could be the difference maker because he has that skill, he has that speed. That's the 3rd time today. All 3 of his goals have come in kind of similar spots where he's just straight up beat his man.
3 goals on the season. That's a season high. He only had 5 coming into this one. He's a guy that, like you said, always picks the right spot. He's not a selfish guy. Waits for the right one.
So massive that he stepped up in this game. Attacking the weakness. That's what the Syracuse team does so good. It's what Pat March really instills in this offense. It's what they've been doing so far so effectively.
The 3rd face-off violation on Coletti. That's a 30-second penalty. The Orange will go man up.
It's the 3rd flag thrown already on Army. Extremely uncharacteristic in this first half.
Syracuse calling the game. 10. Legal, 30 seconds.
Alberisi not happy about that call. Saying that Syracuse is calling this game. Alberisi's a fiery guy. A great, easy guy to talk to. You know, we got the chance to chat with him before the game, but if you're the head coach of the Army Black Knights, you're not going to let up.
If you're Syracuse, you got to take advantage here. A chance to make it a 3-goal game with time winding down in the first half. You need a goal here, I think.
Top 10 man-up unit last year. This year, 25th in the nation at 40%. There's Tucker Mullen chasing after it. He's got one of the hardest shots in probably the entire country.
Giving him too much room here.
That one's wide, and Spallina's there for the backup. 3 seconds left on the 6-on-5. Back to even strength. A couple more seconds. Burt Whistle's shot bounces wide right. As Tucker Mullen, the freshman, trots off, and Sam English will come back on. Spallina covered by the senior John Sullivan, the sophomore actually. Not A.J. Pilot on this possession. The pass to Burt Whistle. One more. Low shot. Chest is right there.
Didn't result in a goal, but that's the type of Syracuse offense that I want to see a lot more. You start off with the dodge, and then the ball movement starts to work well. You get the Army offense to have to slide. It really changes things compared to just trying to score directly off a dodge or trying to completely go 100% off a ball movement.
There's Morin. Scored the game's first goal, and he's got 2 today. 10.5-minute drought for Army right now. Not getting it clicking on offense. Adam, why do you think that is?
The Syracuse short stick D-meters have really taken a step up, struggled over the first couple of minutes, and also just this Army offense just making some uncharacteristic plays, bad passes. This is not the Black Knights that we usually see. Done it faster than the past 5 Tewaaraton winners as well.
Brendan O'Neill, the most recent one. Army on offense with just over 40 seconds and about 25 on the shot clock.
Just going to try and milk it here to not give Syracuse a chance if the shot clock does expire. It's a different situation than the first quarter with the shot clock off. And here you wait.
The fellows on Trujillo matchup. Trujillo covering him tightly. Ball knocked free. Kakemo trying to get a stick on it. Bill Dwan's right there at the far side. He keeps it in bounds in front of his own net. Danger, but a shot clock violation.
Well, the question is, did Billy Dwan have possession to get that pass off? I think he did. I think there probably should have been a reset there, because for Dwan to throw it behind him, he had to have the ball in his stick.
And Alvarez is just incensed about it. He was 200% certain that Bill Dwan had that ball, and they'll talk it over right now to check.
And Dwan is lucky, because you don't want to throw that just behind your head, not even looking, because that could have been a goal for Army. Good job by Syracuse to recover on defense.
Syracuse never possessed the ball. It's a shot clock violation. This way.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how Dwan can throw it behind his head without possessing it. He's maybe just scooped it up, but I mean, to me, I think that's possession.
How? Everyone in the stadium.
I guess what is possession? It's almost like it depends on the ref. Do they have it? Do they not? It's kind of a judgment call. And I understand why Army's upset here.
It is understandable, like you said, Adam. He did flick that ball backwards, but in certain scenarios, if the ball is not in the stick for long enough, you could make an argument. Alvarez definitely pleading his case, and that's how the first half ends. A dominant effort by Army off the bat. Had a 2-goal lead, and then Syracuse stormed back with a good offensive performance. Sammy English with a first half hat trick. It's an 8-6 lead for the Cuse. It's gone pretty well so far.
To play this year.
Cone and Coletti go at it at the face-off. Both these guys dominant this season. Cone 69% coming into this game. Coletti over 70%. Army's won 9 of 16. We get 9 of 17. Cone comes away with this one. Cone's been a good offensive player this season too. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists. He's still out there on the field.
He's finally able to focus on lacrosse. Was a hockey player mainly in college. Only played hockey his first 2 years at Tufts, but now has been able to completely lock in on those stick skills. That's why you're seeing a jump in numbers for him, even though he's jumped from D3 to D1.
The D3 Specialist of the Year at the Face-Off X. He was at Tufts. A fantastic athlete. Doesn't seem like anyone can ever doubt that. The Orange start on offense to begin the second half. Good showing in the first, putting up 8 goals on a Black Knight defense that only allows 9 a game. Here's Leo with the short stick matchup. Pass across, tipped away. Spolina recovers behind the back. Finds its way in. Oh, are you kidding me, Christian Muley? You're putting on a highlight reel today.
I don't know how that just happened. It starts off with a deflection. Somehow Spolina finds it, and then the incredible behind the back here from Muley. I mean, that's almost 3 kind of plays in a row, 3 guys. So I'm just thinking, how did they just do that?
Off the right side of the pipe, off the top, and then into the net. Does Christian Muley have, any urge to shoot the ball normally, or is he going to be this cool all game?
In the sport of lacrosse, sometimes being flashy helps you. In that case, the only thing Muley could have done was go behind the back, and he did it perfectly.
The perfect angle for Christian Muley. He's got 2 goals today. Here's John Mullen and Will Coletti at the X. Army comes away with it. The Black Knights 6 goals in the first half. Reese Burek with 2, Jacob Morn with 2, and then Jackson Eicher, Evan Plunkin, each with 1.
If you're Army, you're starting to enter a bit of a danger zone. Down by 3, struggling to stop Syracuse. Need to bounce back. Need to bounce back at a big time.
Plunkett draws Alexo, and now they swap. O'Connor's shot rings off the pipe and in.
Perfect placement there from Bailey O'Connor. A great job off the screen to roll back. He has some room, and then offside hip. Almost looked like that hit Mark's gloves. Just too much power on it for one of the best goalies in the country to get to. That's exactly the bounce back that you need.
Bailey O'Connor, the senior midfielder, scoring on his high school teammate, Will Mark. They played at Salisbury School together. Both O'Connor, Will Mark, Caden Cole as well. That's the first goal in a long time for Army. The offense went stale, but Bailey O'Connor gets his 4th goal of the season and brings Army within 2. Cohn and Coletti duking it out once again. The Cadets come away with it. Fellows behind the goal right now matched up with a pole. We saw Wyatt Hoddle, Vinny Trujillo all on the attackman today, but looks like they're going to try to throw Carter Rice on him now. Interesting matchup. Plunkett drops this one. Kikemo goes for the takeaway. And O'Connor steps over half field. Didn't know where he was. It's a turnover.
Got to be aware, and again, I said this earlier, but if you're the Army bench, you got to let him know. You got to help him understand that he's at midfield, because when you're on the field, you're so locked in about just getting that loose ball, you don't even understand that you're about to step over and turn it over.
Very atypical of a very well-disciplined Army team that doesn't make mistakes like that. There's Burt Whistle, already has 2 goals today, or Luke Roa rather, a second-line midfielder. His righty shot is good. Luke Roa with a spark off the bench.
You rarely see Luke Roa go to work behind the net, but does it here. Great job to initiate contact, then free up room. Almost got hit with the double team, but a great job there while fading away to place it perfectly. Top right corner. Nothing that Chess could do about it because of where that ball was placed.
Luke Roa was scoreless last time out, 0 for 4 shooting against Utah, but before that had a huge game against Maryland with 4 goals. Putting on a good start to the season so far with 9. Last year he only had 10. Was running mostly in the second midfield line, but a lot more comfortable in year 2. Mason Cohn comes away with this face-off. The Orange have won 9 of 20 now. The spin by Spallina, the shot stopped by Chess. Spallina not happy he couldn't get his first. Back to a 3-goal lead for Syracuse, and Adam, last time the Black Knights had the ball on offense, they turned around a pretty solid possession.
They need another one here. These are key moments in the game. Got Sam English on defense. Leg's got to be a little bit tired. He's been playing a ton today.
There's O'Connor. He scored the last goal. You're right, English playing both sides of the ball. Plunkett, his pass across the way to Morin. And Kikemo's right there. Burek going to work on Rice. Spins, shoots, and Will Mark stops it. We get a shot clock reset on that one off of Mark's stick. Here's Eicher, the step down over the top.
Dwan was just cheating really far in. That's why there was so much room for Eicher. Usually you see him put those away.
Only 1 goal in about 12 or 13 minutes of action for Army. Offense has gone cold. Plunkett finding space, shoots and buries it in the back of the net. Evan Plunkett, you can only hope to stop an athlete like that.
Just a great job there to use his speed. Plunkett's got that advantage on Alexo, beats him initially, and then Alexo's trying to catch up. The little inside roll, perfect move, even faces the double team, spins through it, slips through it, and while falling to the ground, it's an awesome shot there from Plunkett, and exactly when his team needs it.
Putting it in the bottom corner, the hardest place for Wilmark to go after it.
I mean, how often do you see a midfielder pull off an inside roll like that?
Plunkett is uber talented. The Patriot League Rookie of the Year last season. A sophomore out of Roswell, Georgia. 7A high school football player down south. Played strong safety, was Defensive Player of the Year in high school. Ed Wright comes away with it. The North Carolina transfer with a huge ground ball. Now, we haven't seen a ton of him today. He's been playing on the wings and made some LSM rotations as Syracuse throws this one away. But when the Orange have the depth of a guy like Matt Wright, how important is that, Adam, that they don't have to be scared of what their defense could let up or that they won't get the ball in the wings?
I mean, it's everything. You have two of the best LSMs in the country with CuseMLAX and Matt Wright. Steven Schmidt's the third stringer. He was the LSM of the year in the MAC last season, and he doesn't even see any time. That just says how talented this unit is.
Army gets another chance back on offense. Last goal scored by Evan Plunkett came into today with 4, and now he's got 2. Here's Ryan Salou. Ball at the far side. Kakemo chases after it. That's a Army turnover. Black Knights with 10 giveaways today.
Seeing both these teams start to get a little bit sloppy on the offensive end, forcing passes a little bit. In a game like this, tight moments, top 10 matchup, you got to calm down.
Here's English. Ball got deflected. They say it didn't. Gary Gate is incensed. He can't believe it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That was a obvious deflection. Wow.
The referee said it came out of English's stick. This one comes out of Burick's stick, and he recovers. Pass knocked down by Dwan. A huge defensive stand when you really could have lost some momentum right there.
Well, Jack, they say bull don't lie, don't they?
Well, there you go. The Orange take over. Heading into the offensive end. First midfield line heads out there. Thompson, English, and Michael Leo. Big day for Sammy English so far. He's got a hat trick, and oh man, I think he ate his Wheaties, Adam, because he just does not come off the field.
It's unbelievable, the stamina that he has, and he's still just as fast. He doesn't slow down.
There he goes, right down the lane. He passes it off. Here's Leo. Dodging left to right. The righty shot is wide left.
And Army has changed on defense. Now Christian Muley has the pull on him. So potentially a chance for Leo to step up now that he's a short stick.
Oh, the behind-the-back chance from Spolina, just wide left. You're right, Adam. They made that adjustment. Muley had 2 goals and an assist so far. So they decided to throw the pole on him. That's English behind the cage, still drawing the short stick. Joey Stillings on him. Making a route for Cage. That bounces. Spolina's got the rebound, but Army takes it away. Christian Fournier, last season's leader in caused turnovers, steals a possession for Army. Burick finds more in the low to high. Wilmark says hello right there to stop it.
Wilmark is so good. He's going to make that save almost any day of the week. That ball might have sailed high of the crossbar anyways. It's not the shots that you want.
Mark 57% on saves coming into this game. He's got 6 already today. Second midline, Roa Burtwhistle and the freshman Tyler McCarthy trot out there. Adam, it makes sense working in McCarthy because Hoddle's playing defense too.
Absolutely, it does. It just shows the depth of this Syracuse team. I mean, we've barely seen McCarthy at all this season. The trust from Gary Gate to put him in the game in this moment against the number 5 team in the country just says a lot. Ball knocked down and Army takes it away.
Back and forth with the giveaways. That's Syracuse's 9th turnover. Army sideline saying slow things down. Let's be smart here. Eicher with the ball, the team's leader in goals and shots. Today, been kept relatively quiet. Only 1 goal off of 3 shots.
This is the matchup you want. Plunk it on the shorty.
That's Trujillo chasing after him. A shot off the left side of the pipe. Plunkett's got 2 goals, 2 assists so far. Had the short stick matchup, part of today's game. Here's O'Connor. The pass in front. Burek low to high, sails over the top.
And the Orange are just sliding so aggressively here. The second they see someone gets beat, there's another man heading towards the ball. We've seen a couple times today Army's quick passing able to break it down. Had a chance there.
Eicher, the 6'4" attackman, curls around and shoots wide. Another shot clock reset. Fellows. Here's Eicher. His turnaround shot, he stings it in the back. Army pulls within 1.
That's the matchup you want. You get Eicher on a short stick, and then the perfect placement as all of his momentum is going to the right, somehow into the top left, past Wilmark's stick. A perfect shot, and you've got a tight one. If you lose another tight game against a top team, that belief starts to kind of fade away.
Gary Gates' mindset in building this schedule is that, if you want to get in the tournament, you got to play 15 games. You got to have a good strength of schedule, good RPI. So he loaded it up, made it not too easy. Looks like a violation on Army. Syracuse with the ball on offense.
One of the Black Knights defensemen stepped over the line before the referee signaled that possession was had. Just again another uncharacteristic mistake that you rarely see from this Army team.
Army has kind of slipped up on defense today, something we didn't necessarily expect. Syracuse with 10 goals and a few minutes to go in the third. Not exactly characteristic of a very solid unit.
I don't think anyone was expecting a shootout, but I mean, it feels like that's what we're heading to right now.
Leo behind the cage to invert. The midfielder's got the shorty. Looking for space, he flicks it over the top. Michael Leo, an aggressive shooter. He's got a goal on 5 shots today. That's his 6th attempt. English over the middle. He's got a hat trick. There's Thompson. The pass on the crease to Muley. He's done it again. Christian Muley, you gotta be kidding me.
Again, how in the world did Christian Muley just do that? I feel like we continue to say this over and over again. That's an incredible catch, and the finish as he's got a man on him, and also that feed from Finn Thompson. Put it in basically the only spot where it wouldn't have been knocked down. Just unbelievable. Another incredible play from Muley, who's having a breakout game today for himself.
He's got John Sullivan, the long pole, draped all over him, and the 5'8", 5th-year transfer from Lehigh still making it happen. Big hat trick for Christian Muley, who's meant a lot to this team. You know, he put up such a great career at Lehigh, over 100 goals, but on this team, having a guy that can carry the ball and let Joey Spallina kind of not have as many of those on-ball reps, being able to play on the wing has been huge, as Coletti's shot is wide, and Will Mark puts on a great effort to take possession.
It's the first time today that we've seen one of the face-off men take a shot, but in that case, no one behind the net on offense because it was on the fast break. That's where you don't want to give the ball away, and not necessary to force it, because Coletti was almost falling to the ground as he took the shot.
Second midline, Hoddle, Burt Whistle, along with Luke Roa too.
We haven't seen Hoddle try and dodge much today, but he's got a bunch of speed on Casey Reynolds, the man guarding him right now, so he's going to take it as far away from the goal as possible and now try and blow right past him.
There goes the speedy midfielder. It's pass to Birtwistle. Already has 2 goals today. There goes Muley. Pushed all the way down the ground. They said it was a clean check, and it's Army's ball. Syracuse and Army, always a physical matchup. The Orange looking not to back down, up by 2, 3 minutes to go in the third. The Syracuse sideline really wanted a penalty there. Pat March taking his hat off, letting the ref hear it. Eicher behind, pass in front to Burek, the quick stick score.
It's a great bounce back there from Army. Everyone in the crowd, a lot of Syracuse players, I think, still in the back of the mind are thinking, how do we not have the ball and a man up right now? And the Black Knights take advantage. A great cut towards the goal there from Burek. And how about that feed from Eicher? He's kind of fading away. Back shoulder is turned away from the middle of the field, but gets that pass off. Got a lot of speed on it so that Burek could get to it in time. That's a perfect bounce back. That's a real momentum shifter.
Burek's got a hat trick today. Didn't necessarily always think he'd be in this position. He grew up wanting to be a college hockey player, but instead he's put himself in a pretty good spot. An all-Patriot League player. John Mullen at the face-off X for Syracuse against Will Coletti once again. Both sides fight for it, and Army pulls away. Big ground ball by Christian Fournier, and here come the Black Knights. Trying to get a make it, take it, something they can often do with Will Coletti. He's won 13 of 24 faceoffs today.
He's winning them at important times too, right as his team gives up a goal or right as Army seems to have momentum. That's when Coletti's showing up.
O'Connor covered by Spolina. Kicks out to Plunkett, step down, he nails it. We got a tie ball game.
The same exact thing that Army's been successful at all game long. Syracuse so aggressive on the slide that there's just no one there. There's no one on Plunkett. Matt Wright was down there. You also see Carter Rice almost sliding as well. You wonder if they're going to start going from the crease instead of adjacent, because you can't give some of these Army shooters that much room. They have so much success on step downs. It's just too easy in a spot like that.
You know, Adam, one thing we talked about earlier was that Army takes its time to slide on defense. Do you think Syracuse is just moving too early?
I think so, because we continue to see it. I don't know if Spolina was necessarily completely beat on that play as well. Slid early and it just led to an open man.
Violation on Cone, Army ball. The Black Knights have come storming back, once down by 3, now all tied up. Not a unit that will ever back down. It's ingrained at them at this point, training at Army West Point. Gunnar Fellows behind the cage. He's got the short stick matchup. They throw up top to Morin. Back to Fellows. The curl back. Looked like Mark got a piece of that one. But maybe not. No shot clock reset. They pull Morin away from Cage. The lefty shooter doesn't want to go from the right side. Fellows has English on him. Army taking its time here. Now here's Plunkett. He's got 5 points today. Gets a pick, but Alexo stays on him. Looks like they'll say it was moving.
Yeah, almost just kind of a sidestep at the last second. That's why it was moving.
Here comes Syracuse off the quick reset. They'll slow it down and get the first midline out there. It's SU offense without the ball for a little bit. Army having to make it, take it. Lou Coletti doing well at the face-off X. Orange with a chance to get one back. Here's Finn Thompson. He's got Jacob Morin trapped on defense. Leo knocked down to the ground. Still has possession. Ball knocked free. And Army comes away with it. Another big takeaway.
I think Leo's a little bit frustrated. He thought that he got hit high on that play. It was a body check, but it was a high one. Refs didn't see anything, though.
A full field Hail Mary to end the third quarter, and we end it knotted up at 11. A top 10 clash. Who's going to back down first? Number 7 Syracuse, number 5 Army. We're headed to the fourth, tied at 11. All knotted up at 11 in the third, and Reese Burrick's a big reason why for Army.
He's done a great job in this game, off ball, sensing that his man is sliding, goes right behind it, and then he has so much room. The Syracuse defense has been so aggressive that it's led up these cutters. You see there, Figueres is just looking forward, so Burrick goes right behind him, and he's just been incredible at that in this game.
Leading scorer today, no one else with 5 points. Burrick just adding to a fantastic resume. Last year he led the team with 61 points, 26 assists was the team best. This year now he's got 15 points through 3 games and 3 quarters.
Coletti is starting to take over here at the face-off X. He's won 56% in this game after it started off pretty even.
Coletti and Cone underway in the fourth quarter. Alexo almost came away with it off the wing, but Sullivan's right there.
That's been the difference. Syracuse was up by 3, but Coletti has started to take over. Because of it, Army has found its way back into this game.
Morin matched up with the short stick Rice. He's had a shorty mosted today. 2 goals for the Auburn native. They take Rice behind the cage. Fellow spins, bounces a shot, and it's off the mark. And some incredible hustle by Caden Cole. They said he was closest to it, so Syracuse takes over.
It's notable that Caden Cole's out there. I haven't seen much of him today. It's been mainly Nick Kakemo as the third defenseman.
Physical on the far side. Flag flies into the air. We'll take another look at it. There was some contact on that far sideline. It looked like not Michael Leo, but Finn Thompson got pushed in the back. Jake Spallina, rather. Jeez.
And that could be a little bit high as well. I think there's a chance we could see a review for high contact. As looks like he almost got his helmet at the end of it. Yeah, see that cross check.
Flat. 4. Indirect contact to the head. 1 minute. Full.
So they called it indirect. That means a 1-minute penalty. If it was direct contact, they call it 2. And if they say it was direct and flagrant, then it's 3 minutes. Instead, Evan Plunkett serves a minute unreleasable in the sin bin, and Syracuse goes man up.
Need to take advantage of it here. The Orange 0 for 2 on the man-ups today. Just been trying to force it a little bit too much. Look out for Tucker Kellogg on the near side at the top. They've been cheating off him a lot. He's got a shot over 115 miles an hour.
Kellogg, a true freshman, making his way into the man-up group because of that hard shot. Here's Spallina, scoreless today. Flicks behind the back. The Orange work it around. Haven't scored an extra man goal today. Looking for the first. Spallina. No angle there. About 15 seconds left on it. Leo pass on the crease. Burleson behind the back. Syracuse takes the lead. That
was about as perfect of a 45 seconds of man-down defense you'll ever see. but with all of the rotation, the legs start to get tired. Jackson Birtwistle just sneaks behind the little fake, the behind the back. That's all you can ask for. Beautiful feed and an awesome finish there from Birtwistle. It feels like almost half of these goals from the Orange have been fancy in some sort of way.
How about the pinball off the pipe right there? We've seen that a couple of times today. Birtwistle, he's having a day, a hat trick for the senior. The Orange pull away and take a 12-11 lead. Back at the face-off X, yep, you guessed it, Mason Cone, Will Coletti. Coletti 14 of 25 so far.
That was a full-time penalty, so Syracuse still a man up.
Coletti went early, Syracuse ball. Now, we had 3 violations in the first half. Those don't carry over to the second. End ball trick, English has it. He's got the goalie fooled. He rips this one, but it's deflected by A.J. Pilot. Oh, he had Matt Chess looking the other way.
For once, I actually had the right guy. I saw English had it. It was a good job by Leo to fake out Chess. And a good job by the Army defense to have the sticks in the way.
The Orange had one of those against Utah last time out. It was Finn Thompson to get it. They always try it. Once again, a crafty Canadian to go for it, and Sam English. Behind the cage, Mule, already with a hat trick. Goes up to English, also has 3 goals. Pair of transfers making a massive impact today. Here's Finn Thompson, gets the screen, he's bowled over. And now Thompson heads down to the ground, all kinds of laundry on the field. 3 flags fly.
But an obvious little hold as you'll ever see.
They'll definitely call it. All 3 referees in agreement, they all threw their flags at once.
Black, 40. Hold 30.
Just another penalty on Army. You rarely ever see the Black Knights commit penalties, but here, it's just uncharacteristic. Murphy kind of wraps around Thompson and just shoves him to the ground. Thompson did a good job of getting ahead of him, and Murphy just kind of had to do it so that he didn't give up any space.
Eamon Murphy, the senior captain, the guilty party. Syracuse scored on its last man up. It was Jackson Birtwistle right on the crease. Birtwistle has 3 today. Spallina still with a goose egg. There's Leo on the far side. Back to even strength. Birtwistle on the crease. Can't get that one to go. One goal lead for the Orange as Mule trots onto the field, swaps out with Tucker Mullen. Mule's got the pole once again. Moves off to Birtwistle. Here comes Leo. Looking for space, got bumped. 2 on the shot clock. Pass in front, Spallina tried to get a shot off. The ball knocked in.
That hit the goal.
It should be a shot clock reset. But no, they don't get the shot clock reset on the first one. They'll say the shot clock already ran out, so it's Army ball.
We've seen a number of questionable calls today. It's kind of gone both ways, though.
Army with a chance to take advantage of some of the chaos. Down by a goal. Gunnar Fellows on the far side, matched up with Vinny Trujillo. Sophomore short stick D. Mitty. There he goes with the bouncer down the lane, and we're all tied once again.
We've talked about all game long how Syracuse has been too aggressive sliding. But in this case, Nick Kakemo initially gives the look and then he steps away. Then Figueres comes across, but he's just way too late. Another miscommunication on defense from the Orange. And Fellows makes him pay.
6th goal of the season for the sophomore. 6th goal of the season for the sophomore attackman. Had 23 points as a true freshman last year.
And Army's got 2 pulls on the wings right now.
Coletti comes away with it cleanly. He's getting hot right now. 16 rather of 28. Army with a chance to take the lead, something it hasn't had since the first quarter. This Black Knight offense is starting to really get into a rhythm, Adam, and it seems like they found some exploits in Syracuse.
The Orange have done a good job with the short sticks, not allowing anything by them. Now they are, and the sliding just inconsistent.
Here's Moore, and he's got that short stick matchup with Nate Levine. Working an angle. The lefty puts in the top right corner, and Army takes the lead.
Moore had got so much speed, the nice little stutter step, and just straight up beats Levine. Beat him top side, got to 5 and 5. That's exactly where you want to get a shot off dodging from X. An offside high for Mark, just can't get to it in time. Morin with his 3rd goal, he's been a game changer against the short sticks.
Looks like John Mullen out there for the face-off. He's 3 of 7 today. And he comes away with this one. Full head of steam. There he goes, way over the top. Quick reset, Spolina getting right back into the action.
Syracuse desperately needed a win. And it's Johnny Mullen, the freshman.
Mullen holding his own. He's 4 of 8 today against Coletti, one of the best face-off men in the country. A more experienced senior. The Orange bring out the first midline again. English, Leo Thompson. There goes English. He already has 3 goals. Leo tried to get the shot off. It was knocked down. Chess scoops up the ground ball. Army pushing the other way now. Burek gives it off behind the cage. Burek already has 5 points. Matched up with the long pole for Giras right now. Syracuse has its top short sticks out there in Carter Rice and Vinny Trujillo. Matt Wright, the 3rd member of the rope unit. Plunkett spins, finds space down the lane. Ball knocked away. What a hustle play by Caden Cole. Looked like he jumped in front of that one. Army wants it back. Plunkett, the low rollers, wide right.
And they reset the shot clock too. And if that hit Cole in the head, I don't know why they wouldn't. I think that might be why the referees are stopping here.
You're right, it would have to hit the goalie or the cage itself to reset to 60.
So I don't know why they reset it. And I don't think that hit Mark at all.
Army's got just about 45 seconds to make another shot on cage. And there's Plunkett. Spinning free, his righty shot. Mark's right there. Built well with a big rebound. He scoops it up, and the Orange headed the other way.
What an outlet pass there from Dwan as well.
Hiltz over the middle, slings it wide. Owen Hiltz, he's been quiet today, Adam. Still scoreless right now. Muley draws the short stick. Off the reset. Now Spolina's got Pilot hung behind the cage. No goals and 2 assists for Joey today. Orange looking to tie this one up. He finds Luke Roa. No angle for the shot. Spallina's been covered by the Patriot League Defender of the Year, A.J. Pilot, all day. Can he get one off? No, but a flag flies. Might have been a little too overzealous, A.J. Pilot was. The junior captain, the best defender on this team, but he's headed to the penalty box.
And they're going to get him with a hold. Just got him between the arm and stick of Spallina.
2-0. Hold. 30.
Down. It's right there.
Good job by Spallina. And he just wrapped around. You rarely want to see a long pull take a hand off the stick. We got Pilot waving to us.
He says, no, 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 don't look at me. Look at the guys on the field.
Syracuse has got to take advantage here. Just 1 for 4 on the man-ups today.
Trying to get another. That one's off a Tucker Mullen's stick. Tucker Kellogg, rather. Burt Whistle has the lone extra man goal of the day. Here's Kellogg. His ripper's wide. Still 6 seconds on the man up.
That's the look you want, though. Army's been cheating off Kellogg this entire game. He finally got a chance to let one rip.
Now there's 6 seconds on the man up clock, but you got a few more. The Army to defender to run back into the 6-on-6. Spallina pass over the middle. Hiltz's shot knocked down. A clutch stop by the Army defense.
That's the look you want, too. Hiltz usually so good in those spots, but the ball never even got to the keeper. Knocked down on the way.
Full head of steam, the righty rip. That one's wide. Eamon Murphy, the short stick D midi, tried to get that one off. And a restart for Army.
I think the Orange are a little bit lucky there, too, because they let Murphy get really close to the cage before he let it rip.
What a big missed opportunity. Syracuse 1 for 5 on the extra man. Alex Gekas with it. Down the alley, haven't heard much of him today, the senior midfielder. Covered by Rice, throws behind the cage, over the top, and that's an Army turnover.
It's a great double team there from Figueres. Didn't see it coming. Forces the turnover.
The Orange looking to get one back. Down by 1 with about 5 to go. Thompson slows it down.
I think you need one here. You can't put yourself in a position where with 2 minutes to go, 1 minute to go, you're searching for a tying goal. Got to get it close now.
And with the way Coletti's facing off right now, got to make the most of your offensive possessions. He's 16 of 29. English over the middle. Big stop by Chess. Well, Sammy English has been hot all day. He's got a hat trick, but Chess says no more.
He stepped up in a massive way. It's a huge save. As he said, English has been so good. His shots have been right on the money. That time, low to low, and Chess just makes the save.
Adam, with a 1-goal lead just over 4 minutes to go, you think Army's going to try to draw out these possessions?
I think there's too much time. I think you got to try and extend the lead right now.
Here's O'Connor with a full head of steam. Passes it off to Morin. That one slowed the momentum just a tad. Plunkett draws Matt Wright, the LSM. Now Morin will pull it away. They swap Figueres onto him. 15 on the shot clock. Well far away from cage. Fellows spinning, shooting. Ball knocked down behind the cage. Shot clock bound to run out. Caden Cole picked that one up. It's a swap of possession. The Orange come away with it. That was a dangerous play. If he let it roll, would have had the violation. Trujillo pulls away with it, and the Orange back on offense. Second line out there. Burt Whistle and Hoddle, but before they can get things going, Pat March and Gary Gait called timeout. Down by a goal, just over 3 minutes to go. Can the Orange time it up? Let's find out. So far, Joey Spallina, Owen Hiltz, both without scores today. Joey's only gone one college game without a goal. That was against Virginia last season. They give him the ball far away from cage to dodge on Pilot. Looking to get a switch. Thompson there for the pick. He gives it away.
Awesome defense there.
Army definitely playing a little more disciplined down the stretch. Here's Hiltz. Lefty looking for space. His lefty shot. He ties it up. Owen Hiltz might have been scoreless before this one, but that one counts the most.
Big time players show up in big time moments. Owen Hiltz gets the switch to the shorty. Great job the second that he gets both hands on the stick to let it loose. He's got one of the best shots in the game. Finally gets one in. And this is the Syracuse offense that has struggled at times throughout this game. But Owen Hiltz in the big moment finally comes alive.
Second on the team coming into today with 18 points. Finally gets his first of the day. Mason Cone, Will Coletti at the face-off X. Army doing well as of late, 16 of 29. This one, arguably the most important of them all today. Army pulls away with it. A big ground ball by Ryan Nixon.
And the Black Knights have been winning that secondary ground ball battle. Even if Cone wins the initial draw, that's been the difference at the face-off X.
Just about 2 minutes to go. Albarisi has 2 timeouts on the Army sideline. He's got a full minute on the shot clock. Gunnar Fellows with it. Matched up with the 5'6" freshman Wyatt Hoddle. Hasn't played defense until the last couple of games. Here's Burek. Over the middle, the shot. Over the top. Jackson Eicher closest to it. Army keeps it. Eicher passes it away. Ball on the ground. Alexo coming up with the ground ball. He rips this one, a bouncer that's wide, and Mulet's there for the backup. Anytime he gets in transition, you got to be worried.
Yeah, one of the best LSMs in the game at shooting, probably the best, but a good job there from Army to bounce back. Now you wonder if Syracuse takes its time here.
The Orange bring the first midline out. Leo Thompson already out there. Here's English. The Orange outscored 7-5 in the second half so far.
And here it is, English saying, give me room. He's got the speed advantage. So if he can just get into one of the corners, he's got a chance to blow past his man.
3 goals for the Princeton transfer today. Here's Thompson from the right side. He slings it, and Chess makes a big save.
That was a great feed. That's exactly what you wanted on offense, but Chess again comes up.
How about the trail check? Ball knocked down, but Murphy comes away with it. Albarisi uses his timeout. 27 seconds to go. He wants to chat about it. Army can hold for one last offensive possession. 27 seconds to go in regulation. All tied up at 13. The ball will start in the stick of Reese Burek. He's already got 5 points today. He's matched up with Bill Dwan.
Looks like Syracuse is in a zone.
The Black Knights work it around. That's O'Connor. Back to Morin. The shot over the top. Oh, Eicher couldn't get it to go. Still 7 seconds left.
Gotta watch for cutters here.
5 to go. Here's Plunkett. Can he be the hero? The putback is stopped right at the doorstep, and we're headed to overtime.
Well, that's the look that you wanted if you're Army. Plunkett with it, a chance on the doorstep. Will Mark gets in the way. And of course this game has to go to overtime. Unbelievable, Jack.
For overtime here inside the dome, and here are your overtime rules. Sudden victory, 4-minute periods until a team scores, and 2-minute intermissions between periods, 1 timeout for each side. Now, they used to call it sudden death until Coach Roy Simmons Jr. said, hey, nobody's dying, you're just winning the game. It's sudden victory. So that's the rules of overtime here in men's lacrosse. It's been quite the game so far. Young, but they've gone through a lot of these tight games. You think of Maryland, you think of last year with Princeton and North Carolina. They've been there, but so is Army, bringing back its top 11 scorers from last season, an experienced group. The biggest face-off of the day, and Syracuse comes away with it. A huge ground ball for CuseMLAX. The Orange in sudden victory can win it with a goal. What do they want here on offense, Adam?
You got to find a way to get the matchups. You have Leo on the shorty. You also have Muley against the short stick at X.
Here's Sam English. Gives it up to Hiltz. Ball knocked down. He picks it right back up. Hiltz with the long pole on him. Pat March, Gary Gate, they didn't like what they saw right off the bat. So they'll call timeout and talk it over.
I think that's a good timeout from Syracuse because it just felt like things were not going well. You had the drop pass from Owen Hiltz, and even before that, just didn't seem like this offense really had an idea of where to go. Now you can draw something up. It's always hard on that offensive possession after winning a face-off in overtime. There's so much pressure. You don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to give the ball up. So I love that timeout there from Pat March.
Really fucking happy. Listen to me, okay? We're here with 7. If you have the short stick, we're doing with you. If you don't have the short stick, I'll put you inside and Joey behind, and you come here, Christian. Listen to me. We're gonna come hard. Hiltz, clear through fucking hard to the crease. Come here and come back behind the play. Come over the top. Look to Finn. Finn, if you gotta stand high, just assess if Hiltz is open, Hiltz open. Hiltz, if you gotta run through it, okay? We got, depending on the matchups, you don't have anything, you're right there to Sammy. Chris, we're good, man.
Oh, we're sorry for the language, but, you know, coaches are candid. Pat March, a fiery offensive coordinator. But anyways, Adam, what did you hear from Pat?
It's all about the matchups. They'll try and get Michael Leo on the shorty. If they don't, go to X, give it to Christian Muley. Everyone clear out. Rely on the one-on-ones. Rely on what's been working. Let's see if they can get it done.
Time to find out how this one unfolds. Sudden victory here in overtime. First goal wins. Tied up at 13, and the Orange have a chance for their first top 5 win in a few years. Muley starts with it, matched up with the short stick Eamon Murphy. 40 on the shot clock. Here's English over the middle, righty bouncer, just wide. Sammy English aggressive. Spolina starts with it behind the cage. Gets a pick from Thompson. Backs down a defender. Tries to get a shot behind the back, and it's out of bounds wide. Army was closest to it. No one there for the Syracuse backup.
I thought Spolina could have just gotten the shot off the second he got past GLE, tried to back down like he loves to.
And now West Point has a chance, not for long. Muley takes it away, open goal, and he can't get it to go.
Oh my gosh.
Hands on his head, he can't believe it.
Oh,
one on none. An outrageous opportunity for Syracuse.
You're not going to get a better one than that. You force the turnover, have an open net as well.
All knotted up, first goal wins. Now Army gets its shot. Here's Gunnar Fellows. Now he's got the long pole, Billy Dwan, on him. He gives it up to Evan Plunkett. Here's Reese Burek. Gets the pick. Open shot. Deflected away. Doorstep. Fellows has it. That one over the top. Behind the cage, it's Eicher. Got his defender hung.
He should have had a reset. Never did, though.
Eicher steps away. Draws the short stick. Rolls over. Righty shot. He's done it. Jackson Eicher wins it for Army. The Black Knights storm into Syracuse and grab a top 10 win.